Hello, my name is Adriana, and this is my digital venture presentation. The company that I have chosen to come up with is called OfficeHeroes. And in terms of the name, it's catchy, it's something that can resonate with people, and I'll go through what it entails. So basically, in terms of going through COVID-19, the remote workforce or the workforce environment has changed in recent years. A lot of people are now, either practicing, like I said before, the remote workplace, working from home, or a hybrid type of role. And McKinsey actually said that the potential for remote work is determined by tasks and activities, not occupations. So now we're seeing lots of entrepreneurs coming up, solving problems with their businesses, and there is a need for an extra hand or, professionals or people that can offer their expertise or their services to these businesses. So I guess the key highlight here is that the main goal of OfficeHeroes is to help businesses achieve efficiencies by providing vetted professionals to perform a range of tasks. It also connects businesses, small to medium enterprises, to virtual assistants, and in turn, it will improve efficiency and simplify the remote workforce, which is a key thing to provide efficiencies, especially in terms of growth and ensuring everything runs smoothly in a business. So, the problem that we have identified is that one, there is an increase in hybrid and remote workforces, which means there could be a mismatch in what is there in the labor force and what is needed out there. So, for example, if someone were to start a cleaning business, they have staff working as cleaners, but they need admin assistance to actually capture leads and offer financial help and doing the mundane admin tasks. So matching the right professional candidate to the short-term and long-term task is important. As I mentioned in the previous slide, the quote from McKinsey, it doesn't matter about the occupation, it's the task that needs to get done. And if we can fulfill that, especially in this remote workforce, we can bridge the gap between the mismatch of labor and the business requirements of the task that needs to be done. So the other problem is there is no flexibility in the traditional workforce. So if you were to be employed full time doing one task, your job scope sometimes does change unofficially, working in that in that role. However, in terms of a remote workforce, anything is possible. I have met people who offer their financial expertise on weekends and then they do something else during the weekdays. So something like that would benefit this changing environment of a workforce, and also it's an on-demand economy at the moment, and yeah, it will create more flexibility. The other problem is inefficiencies in a fast-paced growth digital economy. So as the economy grows towards a more, the digital revolution, it is trying to play catch up with what's out there. For example, all these businesses popping up online. So digital ventures like Slack and Zertual. One of our competitors, Zertual. It does mean that businesses need to keep up with the pace of the fast growth in technology and developments there. So the other problem is lack of time and resources to allocate the mundane tasks. So as mentioned before, owners of businesses take an example of a small business owner who wants to focus on growth, wants to focus on financials, wants to focus on the returns, but is stuck doing admin tasks. The potential to grow and the inefficiencies that comes with that is huge. You might miss some tasks to be done, and time constraints as well is one thing. And also the other problem with COVID and ongoing government intervention is the inconsistency of workplace policies amidst a pandemic. So the security has gone down in terms of job security, and I guess in terms of creating your own workforce and working for yourself. And then this platform enables you to do that. And businesses always want the flexibility of, having a short term or long term staff that would fix the inconsistencies, especially with government changing regulations. And this will also in turn decrease costs involved in either hiring an office or hiring a full time employee. So the ultimate opportunity is to help entrepreneurs and SMEs connect with vetted virtual assistants. So in Dorf et al, the matchmaking of the digital business is one of the types of digital ventures that we will be looking at here, which is the matchmaking of one portion, the customers to the business, or the services to what's needed. We do provide short-term and long-term solutions to admin or project-based employment. We have seen in the market a lot of this pop up. For example, our another competitor analysis we did was on Fiverr and Upwork, where a lot of expertise are loaded on to the system, and as a customer or as a business, you're looking for someone to fix your website, someone to manage leads or anything like that. You can post up the task and then you'll get someone. But the key difference is our opportunity is to provide vetted professionals at your fingertips. So the other opportunity is to maximize productivity of the businesses with its 24/7 business presence. Can work around the clock with it being a remote workforce. You can hire someone across the globe, across time zones as well. The lead generation opportunities as well is huge with data collection, or the big data that will be collected with this. And also the opportunity to adapt and innovate in this changing digital economy or environment is pivotal. The last opportunity we identified is the cost-effective nature of this business model, with providing value to businesses that come on board with us, and having a casual short-term and long-term package would be really cost-effective to them, in terms of only it just reflects the time they buy, only the time that they need. So the value proposition here is pretty simple. So we help businesses simplify the remote workforce. And in doing that, we have identified a value proposition canvas. So, on one side, the gain creators is all from streamlining the process from booking to onboarding to retention of the customers. Not only the customers, but the contractors that we will get on board. The other gains will be the task management and collaboration tools, which comes through timekeeping softwares to team collaboration tools used or integrated with our partners, such as Slack or Miro boards. The pain relievers that we've identified is that the inflexible workplace arrangements can be relieved, in that this is something that's based on your time, your task management, and it's you have the last say to what you want to see as the outcome. And it also combats a disruptive working environment in a pandemic. The constant, sorry, there's a typo there, but the constant change in regulations and government policies which affect the workplace is a huge thing at the moment, because we've seen whole office buildings being empty, and that pushes the expenses up for the company unnecessarily. So this will be a way of combating that, at least to a certain extent, especially with getting tasks done fast, and compared to the cost of recruitment. Their products and services as part of the value proposition canvas is the casual to short-term or long-term virtual assistants to help with tasks. The visual of all tasks done through an online SaaS platform, top to bottom. Easy access to vetted and professional virtual assistants, and also, most importantly, the value that we bring as a task management and the quality control of everything to ensure that the business is successful in the end. On the flip side, with the customer profiles that we have come about, which is a small to medium sized enterprises, the gains for them is, vetted and professional assistants will be taking off the HR component off their plate, especially with recruitment, interviewing, and all that. And this will in turn increase efficiencies, especially from attracting someone to the workplace to onboarding to retaining them as well. Also, it will improve economies of scale, especially in terms of growth within the business. The pains that we've identified again is time constraints, task management, and daily inefficiencies, which is quite straightforward. Some of the examples of the customer jobs that we will push to provide value for is those including the time consuming tasks, such as admin tasks and financial management tasks and thereabouts. Basically everything that our professionals can do will be matched with the services and businesses. So the business model we have come up with, the key partners would be existing virtual assistant firms in the Philippines. There are a few around that also have problems with getting customers, so we can be a point of, either a lead gen for them, or we attract the customers and we use their vetted virtual assistants already at hand. LinkedIn is another one for the hiring platform. So the recruiting agencies will have a list of candidates that we can use as well. So the key partners will help us get the business running. The key activities again is the hiring, delegating, being the taskmaster for businesses, and provide labor services for businesses, whether again casual, short term, or long term. And the value proposition is, again, we help businesses simplify the remote workforce. The customer relationships will be the short-term and long-term or recurring revenue from regular customers. So it will be an ongoing type of business model where we nurture the customer, build that relationship with the customers, and it will be an ongoing relationship depending on what task they need to get done. The channels of this business model is all obviously digital. It is a digital venture. So we'd be looking at a digital platform such as a website, having an online booking form, so it's instant, which creates a streamlined type of processes in place. And also social media in terms of SEO, Google ads, and whatnot to attract the smaller players in the market. The customer segmentation again is small businesses with employees from 0 to 10, and then small to medium sized businesses between 10 to 50 people. The enterprise model, we can tackle it, but at the start, our go-to market model is just the SMEs. The cost structure will be the casual rates, pro rata rates per hour, or whenever they need, subscription rates for short term and long term, and then corporate enterprise rates for those that want an X amount of virtual assistants. Revenue streams would be subscription fees, the management fees, and then the advertising fees, as we can also create a content site together with this to be an authority in the industry. So the go-to-market plan is pretty straightforward. What are we selling? It's virtual assistant services. Who are we selling it to? SMEs, entrepreneurs, startups. Why? Is to better manage time, simplify the remote workforce, increase efficiencies. Where? Digital platforms, websites. Everything. You don't need an office for this, so it's all going to be digital, and it can be across regions, across time zones as well. How? First, this is part of the recommendations as well, a website, Content creation to be the authority digital platform, SEO, Google Ads, digital marketing strategy, and then partnerships with existing recruitment firms as well. When we can go live in maybe 3 to 6 months, depending on how fast the website gets done, but it's quite easy to launch this, and it doesn't take that much. So, jumping to the competitive analysis, I've mentioned these guys before: Zertual, Fiverr, and Upwork. Zertual has 400 full-time employees as virtual assistants. Fiverr and Upwork are pretty much the same, where the contractors or the professionals load their profiles on the system, and they get jobs just like Airtasker, but they provide professional jobs. And in terms of what differentiates them with us is that the Fiverr and Upwork, they're individual contractors that get paid per task, and it's at their own will that they upload their services on there. However, there is no single solution that they provide, and it is on a case-to-case basis. And Zertual has 400 full-time employees, so that's another threat there, with Zertual having 400 full-time employees. But I think if we have a hybrid type of model, it can work. So simple SWOT analysis. The strengths I identified is, with the matching of resources and services to customers, we do bridge that gap and solve a solution, which is something that can propel the company to grow. The streamline and instant services is something that can differentiate us with the rest of the competitors, because that's one thing that people are looking for. Just click, book, and on with it. They don't want to quote or anything, so it'll be quite a seamless process. So the booking system will provide flexibility and efficiency for use. The weakness of that, though, is the full-time workers model. It will be hard to get a full-time workforce up and running. However, it can be a hybrid, so we will start with that. Funding and partnership from VC firms, that can be another weakness because we don't have any at the moment, which is why I'm presenting to you guys. And the digital presence globally is not there yet, so we'll work towards having a huge digital presence through social media and whatnot. So the huge opportunity again is a huge shift to remote workforce, increase in on-demand economy, and the pool of labor that is pretty much unlimited if you look at the whole entire world, especially the developed countries, and what they can offer to businesses. The threat would be obviously emerging competitors in this industry, and how there is the changing regulatory environment in terms of whether it be pandemic or whether it be, remote workforce, any government body intervention as well, that would be considered as a threat. And then also the workforce mindset and environment might alter. However, at the moment, McKinsey has projected that, people are moving towards a remote workforce, and not the other way around. So financial projections, the startup costs, we expect to be 10K. That includes the website, design and creation, the content creation ongoing, the SEO, and the ad spend, just to boost our search engine search functions, and just optimize the word searches that come up with virtual assistants. The expense budget estimated is probably 5K per month, predominantly for the ad spend and the customer acquisition costs and content marketing. The sales revenue estimate, I've come up with this number, 1.2 million 12 months through 10 virtual assistants working 37.5 hours per week at $50 per hour, paid to us. So that will be the projections of the revenue. However, obviously we need to calculate the profit and loss but that's just the rough estimate. And obviously it can grow. This is the minimal amount. So the operating costs, it's not available. I don't think that the operating cost will just depends on the SaaS products that we use and the ongoing upkeep of the website. So the recommendations, we recommend that one, you create the digital platform for OfficeHeroes. Websites, digital assets need to be strong. Creating content to build its authority. Being an authority site will actually gain a natural traction for customers and gain an organic following, especially through blogs and content creation. Partnership with existing recruitment agencies, existing virtual assistant services in the Philippines will get us up and running quite fast, because these guys are up and running, ready to go. So also to onboard customers through lead gen, SEO, and Google ads, especially organic customers, and through a team of cold callers as well, just to build up that customer base. And the last but not least is building the database to ensure recurring revenue and ongoing business. And that's it for me. Thank you for listening. Here are the references. Thank you.